Good evening, everyone. How are you doing, Harry? So it's time for the whiteboard. We'll obviously look at Manchester United, and we'll have a look at the tune in a moment. I've just literally got in the reason why I've got it still in me scarf and that, absolutely knackered. Right, so tomorrow, if you're going to be at the game, remember we've got the fan cams just up from where the Man United players will be, just from the players' entrance. So if you want to come after the game, head over. We'll be interviewing you lot about the game, possibly maybe the biggest game of the season. Maybe that's what everyone looks forward to. Manchester United at home. You know, they've got abundance of talents, and if you get out the way, you can see what I mean. This is what I think, and I've said it the last few days in the last few videos, where I think what Man U will go with: De Gea, Valencia, Smalling, Jones, Young, Pogba, Matic, Mata, Lingard, Sanchez and Lukaku. Now, if that is incorrect, I'm only going to be wrong by probably 1, 2 at the most. I think that's what Mourinho would normally go with. Maybe you might say Shaw will come in here. Maybe there might be a change here. But apart from that, I think the side will pick itself. So when you look at that and you think, right, where do you go first? Do you pick him? Do you pick him? Do you pick him? Let's start with Sanchez, the new boy. You know, he's got his first goal when he missed the penalty. Well, it was saved, and then it rebounded to him. And he'll want to eager and pressing him. Now, obviously, on our Facebook page, DeAndre Yedlin was talking about how you go up against Alexis Sanchez. That's easier said than done on a whiteboard, what he was going on about. But it's difficult because is Sanchez really out on the left? No, he's probably on an average position during the match. He's probably hovering around that kind of position, almost like your second left striker. So we know that Sanchez will be coming in. He's all right footed, and you know it's easier said than done that if it's Yedlin or Manquillo that you've got to got to show him down on his left foot. That's easier said than done, but he's got individual talent. If he beats you and he's got that in his locker, he's just a world-class player. Now, because Sanchez will come in, that's why I think he'll go with Ashley Young also to just get down there. We know Ashley Young is now hitting he's in his 30s now, but I still think that he's still got a lot of quality. He was called up to the England squad because his form had improved. He can also play right back as well, fill in Valencia. But I think you'll go with Young to get up that pitch rather than Shaw. I'm not saying that Luke Shaw can't do that. I just think Ashley Young will be more equipped in this game going against our fullbacks. On the other side, again, the same with Mata. Mata is not really an out-and-out right-side attacking midfielder. So you might see that Lingard and Mata and Sanchez, all three of them floating around during the game to try and carve an opening. And again, Mata, he's not the quickest in the world, of course not, but what he does have is fantastic technical ability. So you're talking about anything like half volleys from this kind of era. You're talking free kicks. You're talking, corners as well. You're talking through balls. Mata's got a lot in his locker. Now remember, he wasn't really rated at Chelsea under Mourinho when he won even Player of the Year, and he sold him, and he's a first team regular now for Mourinho, so he's changed his tone. Again, you could say that about Lukaku at Chelsea, couldn't you? Now, for me, he gets a lot of criticism, but if you look at his goal scoring record, it's absolutely fantastic this season. He does get a lot of stick because he comes across as lethargic a lot of the time, but for me, if you feed him, he scores. It's simple as that. If you give him 3 chances, he's going to put 1 or 2 of them away, I think you've got to give him service as well, and he likes all sorts. He can if you get a cross, he can header, you can hold the ball up, he can turn you as well. If you give him a chance like Florian Lejeune did at Old Trafford, he'll punish you, and again, I think this little man as well, Peanut Head as I call him, has been literally on fire. He's been literally blitzing this. It's his best season without a shadow of a doubt. Scoring goals, running, taking on players, late runs as well. So he's really upped his game as well. And then we haven't even talked about Paul Pogba, who is likely to start. He didn't start last time out, but I think he will come in. I think Matic will sit and then try and protect the defence from Newcastle's a few chances. I think Newcastle will have, not many mind. I don't think we'll get forward much, but Pogba will try and get forward to help in and integrate with all of them. And then you've got Valencia, who I think is improved to be one of the best right backs, never mind in the Premier League. I think he's up there and converted as one of the best in the world. And then you're looking at the 2 centre backs. I think that's where we possibly could hurt. I know Young's good going that way, but defensively, I think that's where Newcastle are going to have the best joy. How do you get amongst that? Do you play with the little man? Do you go with Hoslu? Is Slimani 100% fit? You go with him. But then if you try and get past them, you've got to get past a world-class goalkeeper. It's a massive, massive ask for Newcastle. Can we get something from there? Can we even score a goal? These have got the best defence in the league. Let's get out of the tune, shall we? Right, so this is the tune. At the top, I've got Darlow in goal. Yedlin, Lascelles, Lejeune will come in. Dummett, Murphy, Diarmi, Shelvey, Kennedy, apologise. Still haven't got him done. I'm waiting for the guy to make him. Perez, Gale. I think that's what it will be. A mixture of No, I tell a lie. I want a mixture of what I think it will be and what I would like to see as well. I think Carl Dollar will continue a goal despite Dubravka. I think although Dubravka's had another week in goal, I don't see why you need to change Dollar. Yedlin, I'm a little bit worried about him defensively, but I'm also worried about Manquillo, but I prefer Yedlin. Lascelles, without a doubt, picks himself, but I think for me, I'd like to see Florian Lejeune come in. Will he go with that? I don't know. I don't think so, but for me, I think that Kieran Clark's errors have slipped into his game recently, and I think just freshening up, maybe just for the once, maybe twice, go for Florian Lejeune. Paul Dummett picks himself. Murphy, I'd like to see him start. I think it's harsh. I think he's harsh not starting. I think Rafa has been a little bit unfair on Jacob Murphy, because I thought at the start of the year he was absolutely fantastic, and to bring Richie in, I thought that wasn't very fair on him. Mo Diarmi is the best midfielder at the moment. I think he's undroppable. Player of the month for a reason, absolutely fantastic in January. Jonjo Shelvey, I think, will start. I don't think it'll be Mikel Merino, although if Mikel Merino does start, I wouldn't be too disheartened if Shelvey goes back on the bench. He needs a big game. He's in front of live cameras, and I don't think he's been brilliant this season. I really didn't. On the other side, Kennedy, sorry, he's not made, but he is up on there on the left flank. I think it'll be Prez in the 10. Do I want to say that? Probably not. I'd like to say go 2 up top. I think it'll be Gale up top. I just think that Slimani, judging by the signs, isn't fully fit. So I think he will go with Gale, and I think they'll say probably Slimani for the last 20-25 minutes. So this is what I think. That's what I think what the team will go with. So, you talk about Manchester United's defence. We know that Dwight Gale obviously scored at Old Trafford, and I think Manchester United would expect either Slimani or Hosler to start, and if we just go for Gale, someone who can stretch the defence. Now, we're seeing it at Old Trafford in the first half an hour. We were attacking them, and it put Manchester United on the back foot a little bit, including Toon fans. We were all surprised, and I think, as I've touched upon, I don't want to see this wing-back system. This is what I'd like to see, and a mixture of what Rafa I think will go with. I'd be quite surprised if he does go wing-back. I don't mind if you're winning or you're trying to hang on for a point. I totally get that. But for me, let's go and attack them. And then, if you need to change it because we're slowing down a little bit, do it. Don't wait for... obviously, I know individual errors cost us at Old Trafford as well. But for me, I'd like to see Gale come in to stretch, Smalling and Jones. Because I think, in particular, Jones, there's a mistake in him. And I think, even Smalling to some extent, I think they're good defenders, but I don't think they'll take Manchester United to the next level. I think Ioza Perez, again, will start in this number 10 role. I think he will work hard because you got to try and stop Manchester United having a lot of possession, in particular Matic and Pogba. And I think Perez will be trying to harry, the likes of Pogba and Matic to try and get off the ball. I think it'll be a good option to go for Perez going on the ball. No, I would like to see 2 up top, but on the ball, I'm not Perez's biggest fan, I'm not going to lie. But if you get him on the ball, obviously we've seen it in the first game, in the second game he hasn't been fully fit, but if you can get Kennedy on the ball, he can come in, you can then turn his left foot, have a pop, he can get down the byline, his delivery is even good from corners as well, coming in as well from either flank. So for me, get Kennedy on the ball as much as you want, and I think Manchester United and Antonio Valencia will be expecting that. But if we can test him, I know Valencia's a difficult opponent, but even if you swap the wings over from him and Murphy, I think that's a good idea as well that you can do between these two, swap them. Now, yeah, if you look at that and you think, okay, well, Paul Dummett's not really going to attack as much in this game against Manchester United, but I think defensively I think he could do a job if it's Mata on that right, because Mata hasn't got pace. It's just when Mata comes into these areas, you just got to be careful that if it is Florian Lejeune, that him and Dummett talk. And then you're not just talking about that, you're looking at Alexis Sanchez, Pogba coming in from deep, and then you've got Lukaku who will want service in between there, and then you've got the likes of Lingard who will run at you. So I think that's why Mo Diarmi is really important for this game, because, he's just... and I've said this loads of times now, he's just found a new lease of life in that sitting there in front of the defence and then trying to break forward on the counter. I think even though he's only been in the side a month, he has had a better season than Jonjo Shelvey. I know that sounds crazy, doesn't it? Because for me, Jonjo Shelvey this season, when I've looked at the two and I thought, he's had an outstanding game, Shelvey. I've struggled to do it once, maybe twice. And he's been talking about his discipline. Well, he's in front of the Sky cameras. He's playing on a world stage where everyone will be watching him. Go and show what you're made of. Go and show why Gareth Southgate maybe look at you. Go and get on the ball. Let's get you forward. Let's attack United. Let's show you that you can pass, that you can do it in the big games, Shelvey. Let's show it. And then if you look at the likes of Lascelles, I think Lascelles he's got some work to do, Lascelles. I just think on the pitch and whole, his ability, he might be tested, but also not just his ability, he's going to have to organise, not just himself, that's why I'm a little bit worried over here for me personally, because I think no matter who you play, whether it's Yedlin or Manquillo, you know, you're going to have Alexis Sanchez over there at some point, you know. I am a little bit concerned. I'm more concerned over here than I am over here, because Paul Dummett is an out-and-out defender. And I think Lascelles, he's going to have a big ass talking to these, because this is his area. And then I think you probably say if you want to have a talker, you go with Kieran Clark. But I just think that Clark, his mistakes have crept in. And I would like to say Florian Lejeune coming in as well, personally for me. And I think Carl Darlow will be tested. I don't want to see any mistakes from Darlow, you know. But I think the defence has got to help him out. And I think Newcastle will be quite deep, and then trying to get out and try and get Kennedy on the ball, try and get even Perez and Murphy. And then you've got the options of maybe, you know, Slimani later on to come off the bench. You've got, you know, Hostler if needs to be. You've also got Richie to come off the bench as well. Atsu even. There is options from Newcastle on the bench. I think Newcastle have going to try to stay in the game as much as possible. I don't think Rafa will go for all of this. Some of it I think he will, but I think Rafa will play cautiously. I'd be very, very surprised if it goes out and tax Man United, sorry. And I think, me personally, I'd like to say, was go for it. It's a one-off game, you know. We need to start picking up points against the top 10. 2 points all season against Liverpool and Burnley against the top 10. For me, it's not good enough. I know we're doing all right with the bottom 10. We're picking up points there, but we've got to start trying to get something. As I've touched upon earlier on in the video, fan cams after the game as well. I'll be up with the full-time Devils later on after that too. So if you want to tag along, feel free to. And also bet safe. If you're going to put on a bet on, I've gone for the tune, me. I've said stuff it, why not? I've chucked a fiver on. My accumulator let me down today, so thank you very much, Stoke. But yeah, if you want to obviously have a look at BetSafe, you know, there is promotions on there. If you want to put on a fiver on, you get 30 quid back for the tune just to win outright, and then you get a spare tenner after that as well. So happy days. You can do more, of course. That's just giving you an example. But have a look at that, the link in the description. See you later. Bye.